How we doing, Skrilla?
What's up, chat? I want new friends. Apparently, Glue loves the Strokes, dude. This is a song that Shannon put me on to. Um, and it's a great song. Glue came into the stream and was like, "Yo, George, is that the Strokes, dude? Am I having a stroke?"
How we doing, KT?
What's up, baby? Mm, 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 mm.
How we doing, catch me if you can? How we doing, caveman? How we doing, Teddy? TUFFX?
My head. I know the folks on YouTube and Rumble can't hear the music, but if you want to hear it, go to Twitch or yeah, just go to Twitch or Kick. I would suggest TikTok, but TikTok's kind of a nightmare. Um, yeah. Maybe then you'll have a friend. Maybe they'll have a friend.
How we doing, Kobe?
Mm-hmm.
How we doing, Crispo?
Yeah. What's up, baby?
How we doing, Sar?
Slowly, and you sell your soul to.
How we doing, Rich?
Maybe then you'll have a friend. Maybe then you'll have a friend. In your memory. All right. It in your history. Memory. Hope you didn't know this.
How we doing, Spice God Dizzy?
To be controlled, maybe then you'll have a friend. Maybe then you'll have a friend. Oh, my frames are dropping. Interesting. Maybe then
How we doing, Daniel?
you'll have a friend. The death of the death of the death of communication. Sub Z. Oh, it's because it's downloading the sky. How big was this?
How we
Sup,
doing
Alp?
Falcons Prods?
Dude, it's a. That's actually insane. Okay, well, we'll pause it.
How we
Dude, I
doing
love
Orange
karaoke.
Chamberlain?
I love karaoke chat. This song is so good. I've played this song like a million times, I know, on this stream, but like I can't get enough of it. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. And it's not quite right. Real. It's impossible. Oh, silent.
How we doing Craig?
The guitar, it's the guitar. I was trying to figure out like what about this song? No, I haven't. It just dropped on like Netflix, right? I think it's ridiculous that it's debuting on Netflix. No one else thinks this is ridiculous. We're like just like I mean, yes, of course they can just do whatever they want. Like it doesn't it's not at the end of the day, GTA releasing on Netflix isn't gonna like change your life. But let me just say, shit's weird. Like, why are they releasing it on Netflix? Come on. Yeah, come on, dude. Like, they're just looking like scumbags. They're just proving themselves to be scumbags. I can't get behind that fucking scumbag shit. But it's the guitar for this song. I mean, the artist's vocals is also amazing. But I think what does it for me is the guitar. I take it back. Guitar and vocals. Miranda Cosgrove says she has a YouTube channel where she does STEM education, which I think is amazing. Good job, iCarly.
How we doing Aiden?
Yeah, the sun in the sky, the room, the sun in the sky. No, it's not a new room. I just changed where I put the
How we
desk.
doing?
Someone to check out. Someone to check out. Yeah, I'm great. Someone to check out, maybe. I think for the kind of content that I do, it might make more sense for me to be someone who just makes videos than a stream because at the end of the day, I'm trying to convey a very specific thing about a very specific thing, right? I'm doing analysis about particular topics, and that doesn't lend itself well to streaming. However,
How we doing?
I think the way in which one engages with people in streaming lends itself better to my purpose than a kind of a video format where I'm just releasing these video essays. I think the connection with people is what's most important for my purposes. So I'm gonna stick with streaming. It's it's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, chat. It's hard. It's hard. I know. It's like, dude, what you just sit in front of the camera, but trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy. Um, but it's also fun. It's fun, and it's fun because of you guys. I'm just gonna be dead ass. It's fun because of you guys. I love listening to my songs and uh being on like the game and all that. And like I'm gonna enjoy that vibe. But like when you guys are here, it's so much better. It's so much better. It's so much better when Falk says like, "What's up?" and like ask about the GTA thing and gives his opinion. And like I get a song rank. I'm like, this is so nice. You guys make my day. So thank you.
How we doing, Hiowatch?
Song is so good, dude. I've
How we
been
doing,
waiting
Toss
for
the
this
Rain?
moment all my life. What's up, Blaine? What's going on, dude? No, I have a full time job. I'm a teacher. I'm like a teacher business guy hybrid. I'm a relationship manager for a Catholic school. But it's just your attitude. That's well, gonna be true. When you so do you. In my head, it's just the way you stand. I'm running all the time. Just want to get to you. I'm feeling so deep. You know I'm just a fool for you. Yes, you do, Falky. Around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Thanks for your honesty. It's not there. Like introduce you. I was like, that one. That one. Guys, this is courtesy of my baby. This is courtesy of Shan. This is courtesy of Share Bear.
How we doing, Hell?
Get to you. I'm feeling so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you.
How we doing, K?
You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? All right, what game should I play? Just for you. I don't know. I want to do survival. I might play. I feel like all the games I play are depressing, chat. I feel like all the games I play are depression. Maybe Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is less
How we doing,
depressing.
Smoking L's?
Let it linger. Let's play Cyberpunk. Like all the games I play are like post-apocalyptic, you know, except for like Halo.
How we doing, O Kitchen?
Yeah, I'm like, goddamn, I think I need more whimsy in life, you know. Like I'm playing like post-apocalyptic game 1, post-apocalyptic game 2, post-apocalyptic game with zombies, post-apocalyptic game with nuclear holocaust. It's like, all right, maybe we switch up the genre here. I do have a partner. Her name is Shannon Leavenworth. She just popped into the studio. She's over there now. Hi.
How we doing, David Wheeler?
What's up, Dave? What's your name? What do you ask, brother?
How we doing?
Alright, we're gonna play I haven't played Cyberpunk in a really long time, but I was on it for a long stint there.
Subs are owed.
Maybe like 6 months I was playing Cyberpunk. Let's run some Cyberpunk, dude. Why not?
How we doing, Slacks?
Like more of a playthrough day. So let's do one of these.
Cause the NCPD will not let that go. Got another blackout in
doing,
Santo
Game Trap?
Domingo. Netrunners are poking holes in the
try this
power
one.
grid. While over in Westbrook, trauma teams
How we doing,
scraping
I am pro?
cyber psycho victims off the pavement. And in Pacifica, well, Pacifica is still Pacifica. This has been your man, Stan. Join me for another
How we
day in
doing?
our city of dreams.
How we doing, Juiced Chris?
Alright, listen. Cyberpunk is at least, in some cases, aesthetically more vibrant. Alright. We can only get so whimsical, chat.
How we doing, Dulce? Not bad.
Man, it's like, what are you talking about? Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Nah, dude, Cyberpunk's lit. Yo, there's a new Netflix Cyberpunk anime coming out. I'm so hyped. Shannon and I might have to rewatch the I'm not sure if she watched the original. I feel like maybe, but I'm not sure. But
RCH.
if she didn't watch the original, we're gonna watch the original so we can prepare for the new one. It looks really cool. You know how sometimes, like for example, for GTA, how they're just kind of ruining the game by putting these basic mechanics behind paywalls, and putting the gameplay trailer behind the paywall. I mean, just totally insane things. So there are those cases that are awful and we should all condemn vehemently. And then there are the cases where they release a lit Cyberpunk series, great animation, and hopefully great story like the last one. And we can say that's okay, and we can celebrate that. And we can be like, yeah, new Cyberpunk show and it's lit. And simultaneously say, Netflix, you're shit. And Rockstar, you're shit for releasing the GTA trailer on Netflix, right? It doesn't have to be like an either or thing. We can just take things as they are, and speak to how we feel about them, right? We don't have to be in these camps. I love this song. Oh my God. Over my head. Always felt a little misled. Changing.
How we doing, David Wheeler?
Dude, I haven't played Cyberpunk in actual years. I don't know where I am. I think I'm in Liberty or Phantom Liberty. I'm in like their city, I think. Hard to say. It's been, if not a year, maybe 8 months at least since I played this game. So, schedule we're trying out. I know, chat. I've not been the best with it, but I just don't know how else to approach it. Like, I can't make myself automatically change my routines like that. And so, whatever new routines I'm building are going to take time. I know it's like, George, this is supposed to be a business and you got to be on schedule. Yeah, it's also my life, right? Like, it's kind of one and the same. So I'm doing my best to implement this schedule where I'm streaming Sunday,
Doing cowboy
Tuesday, and Thursdays, and keeping with kind of similar category and motif. But it takes time. It takes time, and I'm letting it take that time. I'm not getting all like type A about it, you know. And I think that's important for longevity and sustainability. All right, let's do it. Hating your history, hating your memories. Oh, you didn't notice. Dude, I don't think it's recognizing my controller. All right, there we go. Dude, I haven't been in Night City in so long.
How we doing XA?
So I downloaded this app that gives me access to some mods. What was that? Hey, appreciate the gift, dude. I don't know how to say your name. XAQ. It looks cool. Looks cool. I don't know how to say it though. Appreciate the gift. Okay.
How we doing?
Zach.
How we doing?
Oh my god. Why y'all like this? Why is your name Oat Milk Masturbation?
How we doing?
You're so stupid. Like, I can't help but laugh. That's just so fucking dumb. It's like he, man sat there and was like, all right, what do we got? What do we got? Let's let him have it. Let's see. Masturbation. Oh shit. If I could redo my high school and college life, what would I redo or do differently? I would not let all of the things that feel out of my control dictate the effort I put in. That's what I would do differently. And I'm working to live that out
How we doing Connecticut?
as we speak. To not let the things I can't control dictate the effort I put in. So that looks like if things don't go my way and they're out of my control, I don't interpret that and act upon that as to say, what's the point? Why even try if I can't control X thing, Y thing? But rather working more towards cultivating my capacity for what I can control and deriving a sense of confidence, pride, and success from what I naturally should draw those things from what is within my control. That's what I would do differently. I don't think I did that well growing up. I think the things that felt out of my hands, the things that felt beyond me, the things that felt like a sort of turn of fate, they weighed on me. And I wanted so badly to have control over them and change this circumstance or that circumstance. I simply couldn't. And that took too much of my time, my mental energy, my soul, my very being, lingering on those things, giving me not enough time or energy for the things that I could help, the things that I could build, the things that I could work towards, the things that I could cultivate. So I wish I had more of that, more working on the things I can't control. And we're doing that now. I'm doing that now. And for that, I'm grateful. Some monks here, dude. I forgot about the monks. The first place I saw them was in the park. Dude, so CD Projekt Red is making a new Witcher game, and I'm super excited about it. When they talk about these games, put them out, do their trailers and such, they often talk about how dynamic the NPCs are and how they live out these full life cycles, and all those things are great. I love that, right? It makes the world feel more immersive. Good stuff. What they often shy away from is, to what extent can you engage with the NPCs? They rarely get into that. And it's because that aspect of the game is often lacking. Like, for this example, in this instance, these NPCs look like they're having some fiery conversation. I'm not sure if my audio is just low for the background noise, but I can't usually, my GPU's 4090. I can't really hear them much. But that's besides the point. I can't engage with them outside of an attack. I can't ask this guy a question about his life as a monk in Night City. I can't talk to this person about why they're having this conversation that looks so consequential, that seems so heavy. I can't talk to them about it. I would love for a time in gaming where side quests are a matter of simply engaging with anything in the world around you. Like, everything lead to a side quest, right? Whatever or give me several options for how I can engage with every AI in the vicinity. Yeah, I spent a lot of money on this thing, dude. But it's been doing me well. Initially, I didn't really understand how to set it up for or to allow me to get the most out of it, but now I think I'm doing a good job. So, for example, for the cops there, if I walk up to them, they get suspicious of me and they're like, we're gonna kill this person, and they're suspicious. I'm like, okay, dude, like, that only gives me really two ways of engaging with them. I can either attack them or avoid them. That's super limited. I want to have other options. Maybe I go up and talk to them, find out about their lives. Maybe I try to gold them into doing something. Like, it's just options, more options than the limited ones I have with these particular NPCs. I think that is where gaming needs to evolve. Graphics are cool. Graphics are getting better. They're gonna get a bit better for a little bit longer. But for the most part, I mean, think about where we are with AI, right? Graphics can't get better than that. Let me explain what I mean. These AIs that you're seeing, or these AI generated clips that you're seeing that are uncanny, look so much like the real thing. Yes, right. That kind of depth is what we're looking for across the board. But whatever the best AI generated picture or video looks like, such that it's indistinguishable from the real thing, gaming can't hope to get better than that. And we already have that technology. It hasn't been implemented in gaming yet, but it exists, and sooner or later it will be. And so we're already kind of at the beginning of the pinnacle of graphical fidelity and enhancement within video games. Where we're not at the pinnacle at is the storytelling, is the depth of engagement. And there's just so much they can do there. You're now more known than Zion. I don't think I am, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Yeah, I would just love to see that. I think it would elevate gaming. It would make gaming evolve. Maybe not for the better for people who are more antisocial, or they could help it. It could help as a therapeutic tool to help people practice some skills with engaging with others, such that they can like simulate, for example, social engagements. Who knows? All right, let's go and see what our missions are. Investigate the site from collective message. Bard Moss collective message. Interesting. Okay, this is upstairs.
How we doing, Ed?
I'm excited for it. I haven't played a GTA since 4, so for that reason I'm excited. For that reason alone, the graphics look good. I've been recently getting into enjoying Red Dead 2, and as I understand the gaming industry, a lot of the mechanics and technologies in Red Dead 2 we're gonna see in GTA 6, and that is a solid game. It stood the test of time. I think if you think about where Red Dead is and you polish up some things in the mechanics and the graphics, you're looking at a GTA 6, right? And they've delivered thus far. Everything I've learned about the game seems to point to them going the monetization route, hiding mechanics behind paywalls, but seems like they'll deliver a solid gaming experience in general. Yeah, it would look really cool, and that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I'm excited about it. Despite its shortcomings, the company's exploitative practices. But yeah, I think it's going to look good. It's going to feel good. I really hope there's more depth in terms of how substantively you can engage with the world, the architecture, the infrastructure. It seems like they've expanded the map, which I think is cool. That's great, right? More places to explore. Give me more depth within that. Let me enter more buildings. Let me engage with more NPCs in more varied ways that they haven't quite shown. And so I doubt it's much of a fixture of the game, but we'll see. I didn't see a remaster, but I saw that the new DLC is releasing and it's going to be free, which hats off to them for that. Hats off to them for that, right? If we're going to talk about all the shitty practices happening in these gaming corporations, we have to give credit to those who are employing better practices. Releasing a free DLC for a game that's 10 years old is exactly the right move, and especially as a way of building up excitement for the franchise, because you're releasing a new game and there's like almost 30 hours of play content. That's exactly the right move. That's what we like to see. So hats off to CD Projekt Red for that. Those are the things we want these companies doing. Those are market practices that are consumer friendly. So as GTA is making these shit moves, CD Projekt Red, good on them for that. Let's hope they keep it up, right? Yeah, which, good stuff. Yeah, I'm excited about The Witcher. I still am playing through it. I have to beat it. But I've been having a lot of fun. Ton of fun with it. I don't really know what this. Investigate the site. Investigate the site. Is it in here? It's pointing me. How do I open my? I haven't played in so long. How do I open my investigation thing? There's like a way. It's kind of like that. Ah, there it is. You can scan. Just like change the picture. Interesting. Yeah. You know, that said, best believe that these corporations will and can easily come up with a reason to. They could say, well, it's new content and there's a substantial amount of it, and for that reason we're charging you. You most of them do that, so good on these guys for not. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about GTA. I'm even excited about COD. Modern Warfare 4 looks interesting. I'll probably get it, honestly. I've taken a long break from COD, which I think was necessary. And I think that break has allowed me to have a better relationship with Call of Duty. Because COD is toxic.
So Rogue knew about alt. What about alt?
Did she know?
Dude, that's a great question. I've been trying to figure it out myself.
Antonio,
It seems like
in a coma, wakes up to
you just have to. Well, for me on PC, I can go to the Steam store and I can just download the beta and have access to it when it releases, which I believe is tomorrow. Is Friday. For like,
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
console, that I'm not sure. I'm not sure how PlayStation is handling it. Not sure how Xbox is handling it. On Steam, I can download the beta and play it. Billy, what's up, brother? Appreciate the gifts, man.
How we doing, Rev Jackal and Layden?
All right, I don't really know what to do with this mission, so I'm just gonna select another one. Probably figure it out once I get my bearings to get in the game. Just get out of here. Yeah. That's funny. I feel like so many people feel the opposite. Thank you. That's brand loyalty there. Why am I moving so slowly? The hell? Am I over encumbered? I am over encumbered. God damn it. What do I drop? I have a lot of shotguns. So I don't need all these shotguns. Attack speed, damage. Damage is a lot more there. Raven. Dude, I don't want this to be a favorite. What's up, dude? Yeah, I grew up with Xbox, so that always felt like the PlayStation or the console to me. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I think the PlayStation tech is
How we doing no is above him.
probably better, if marginally better, at least, if not substantially better. I mean, they're kind of on par. At least they have been in the last several generations. Though I think the PlayStation always eked out the Xbox in some way or some shape or form.
How we doing, Marco G?
Oh yeah, the Android tech is a lot better, and like a lot more companies are involved. But yeah, I grew up with Xbox, so that always felt like the more premium option for me. But there were a lot of times where I felt like there were some PlayStation games, especially the kind of single player action adventure games that were exclusive to PlayStation, like God of War. Gave me some FOMO a bit. I don't know about that because they seem to be, they seem to be moving away from exclusivity, right? Everyone is taking the Steam approach, right? You're gonna have Xbox exclusives or games that were once Xbox exclusives on Steam or PlayStation rather, and I think maybe vice versa. So the era of console exclusivity, I think, is becoming a thing of the past. And so what difference is going to exist between these two? Thanks, man. The difference in, you know, how people support these two platforms or why people support these two platforms, I'm not sure what is going to be outside of like some technological enhancement that the other doesn't provide or some feature. Other than that, might just be brand loyalty. And now we have Steam in the picture, which is turning the industry upside down with the Steam machine. And that is basically a sort of cheaper PC experience that also doubles as a lab or a actual personal computer, right? Which that has a ton of utility. Yeah, we'll see. Question: how do you feel about GTA 6? Yeah, these, you know, console wars were cool when you're like 10 years old, and these companies were doing this marketing strategy to build loyalty and fervor within their base of supporters. Good for them, right? It worked, yada yada. But like in this day and age where technological differences are virtually non-existent, console wars don't make sense. The only thing they can do is like arbitrary exclusivity, but they seem to be realizing that that is not a viable market strategy, and so they're letting go of that as well. Console wars are dead. All right, where's the elevator I'm supposed to go into, dude? I want to sell. I could just drop it. It's not that deep, but I want to sell things if I can. Can I sell things in here? Yeah, dude, that's how I felt because I started playing with PlayStation. It was my cousin's PlayStation, and then I eventually got a console of my own, and it was an Xbox. So all the games I grew up playing, I no longer had access to. And so I felt that PlayStation exclusives were dumb. Dude, there's so many of those I had. What the hell? Oh, right. Okay, and this is the 109 one. What's the difference between these? This one has more damage. What's the attack speed? The attack speed is a lot more. It's almost double.
How we doing, Chris?
I don't really use shotgun that much, man. It's fine. Let's get rid of something else here. I feel like I should have greater capacity. You know what? Let's do some upgrades to our character. I think it's because Sony much more media buying power, so they can. Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question, though, right? Which company has a greater?
How we doing, Falcons Pros?
Has a greater position in the market? That I'm not sure of. I mean, Sony is such a big company. They make, or they are involved in so many sectors. They have a considerable positions in a lot of sectors, but same can be said for Microsoft. In terms of media, especially gaming media, I couldn't tell you who has a greater position, honestly. But yeah, the new CEO. What's up, Caleb?
How we doing, Zuko?
In 2026, Caleb, are you whatever? The Charmin person. Yeah, I've seen some articles here and there, praising some of the things she's implemented at Xbox. For me, it feels like a response to backlash, like a sort of return to form, and that's where most of the popularity is coming from, and so be it. Personally, I've like
How we doing, Falcons Prods?
Can you hear me? Thanks for that heads up, man. Yeah, my mic definitely cut out. I need to get a new HDMI, or not HDMI, a USB for my mic. The one I have is in tatters, but thanks. I've had so many streams where my mic cuts out and no one tells me, and it just completely ruins the VOD because there's just no audio, right? I'm saying things and no one hears me, and you go back and watch the VOD and it's like, what's going on? So I appreciate you, brother. All right, I'm trying to turn on some mods for Cyberpunk here, but it's not being very cooperative. Karen, wait, how do I do that? How do you turn on the friggin' program? I have to press play. Launch without mods. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Unlimited. Press play. What does that even mean, dude? Yeah, I'm using the mod program that limits you after a while, but I'm trying to see if I can increase certain things to give me what is this? To give me some mods that I can just make de facto permanent. But yeah, I've always seen people play with mods and it looks really cool. So I downloaded this mod program. I have two. One is more sustainable, the other isn't. Falk, did you just look that up? If so, hey, hats off, brother. Hats off. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you get it done. That's how you make it happen. Let's read that back. Falk says,
How we doing, Falcons?
Sony has more buying power in the digital media market, but Microsoft in software and tech. Appreciate that context, man. All right, well then, be that the case, I think Sony might be able to edge out Microsoft in terms of marketing the PlayStation, and one could argue that's why some people have this view of Sony that they're the better technology. How the hell do I start this mod? It's saying I have to like have the game open, but I can't activate. I don't remember how I used it last time. There's like a start. Launch without mods. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm trying to launch with mods. How do I do that? No, they don't. And it begs the question, how much does Microsoft care about Xbox as a revenue generator or a core part of their product offering.
How we doing Marso great. How we doing Panda So Solar? How we doing Iblam Shoe?
Unless you count Xbox, what? Xbox Cloud, like you mean being able to stream games or what? Yeah, Falco, I think I would agree with that. That Microsoft is more focused on making PCs. My favorite color is not pink. It's purple, but it's a pinkish purple. My favorite color is like a pinkish purple. So I guess close enough to pink. It used to be light blue, but I really been drawn to like a pinkish purple recently. I remember in middle school, one of my classmates said her favorite color was purple, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of weird, but cool, I guess." I've never heard someone say their favorite color is purple. So in seventh grade, she was the first person who ever said her favorite color was purple, and now shit, purple is my favorite color. Shout out, I forget her name, starts with an L. I forget her name, but she has such a cool name. Hands down. No, not hands down. Dude, I don't think these mods are gonna work. It just I don't understand what else I'm supposed to do here exactly. Do I have to have it open? Yeah, that might require some further inspection. Like, why not? You know, we don't. That doesn't need to be the way we're representing ourselves to the world. It is funny. I'll give you that. It's funny. But maybe our the driving force, the impetus of how we present ourselves to the world isn't centered in humor, but just what maybe at least fantastically represents us, right? I go by Spice called Dizzy. It's not sure how much I can consider that to be an accurate representation of myself, but the oat milk is the one doing the deed. You heard that, Falk? The oat milk is the one doing the deed. Man's like, well, it doesn't say I'm the one doing it. Obviously said oat milk. I'm not in oat milk. How do I start this mod, dude? You press and play, but it doesn't seem like there's a way to turn it on. Is there a way to turn it on? So am I just locked behind a paywall now? Did I have a limited amount of tokens? I think I had a limited amount of tokens. That's unfortunate. So now I could only start with. Let's see. Interesting. This is true. It's fair enough. All right, the mod is not going to be a thing. Moving on. I'll use the other mod app next time. Open sesame. Where's the elevator?
How we doing, Siam?
Look, it's right next to me, right? But I'm not allowed to get inside.
Don't hurt me.
The event of acid rain. Those with respiratory issues are advised to remain
That killed me? No way, dude. Come on.
How we doing, Stat?
Yeah, I guess that's always been the case, right? But no, I heard what you mean. Yeah, hopefully whatever technology we produce next is something that will ensure and improve human standard of living. Unfortunately, I doubt that. AI has the potential, but not with a profit motive. Where's my dash, bro? Why is B not working for dash? I'm pressing B. Can I jump dash? Okay, why it didn't work last time? I wanna jump dash to the next floor. Really, dude? Oh my fuck. This is the problem with older games like this. It's like the auto die thing when you jump from the tower is silly.
How we doing, Court Vision?
Yeah, man. I mean, I hope for some advancement in medical technology, and it seems like a lot of that is happening. Some of it hasn't been released to the public yet, but in terms of what people have been making strides in terms of research, there's a lot of promising things happening in medicine, and I think we have reason to argue that in terms of our ability to cultivate our resources such that people live a economically good life, that's also substantial. So we're really on like the doorsteps of a time in human history where the quality of life, the ceiling for human happiness is just so high. It's just so high. And that's such a hopeful thing, man. Like, I know a lot of horrible things, trying not to swear. A lot of horrible things happen in the world. We shouldn't ignore that. And also, maybe not we alone, but humanity, the people who came before us, the people who worked to get us here, and us right now, have gained so much, have learned so much that, oh my God, the potential is through the roof. We have such capabilities. That's exciting. And we should recognize that and work to improve that and make it work for everyone and not look a gift horse in the mouth. And celebrate that and protect that and work with each other to make it more. To your point, Falk, oh my God, the place technology is and our capabilities through technology. Oof. The possibilities. Right? That's reason enough to care. That's reason enough to be hopeful. That's reason enough to try to make this work. That's what I think, at least. Still not able to find the elevator, but I guess that's besides the point. Is this a teleporting machine? God damn it! This is not definitely how you get out of here, but that's fine. Let's go to another part of the city where there's more
How we
action.
doing, big dog?
Maybe we go here. Precisely. No, spot on, man. With new tech comes new possibility for new tech. Exactly. Yeah, this is why I'm not anti any technology. You know, like if there was a technology specifically made to like erase human life or something, like yeah, sure, but I think it's like rarely has that been the case. We have more so technologies developed for a more practical purpose, and then folks discover how they can use that for death and destruction. Actually, that's not true. Like a lot of technology is a result of military research for the purpose, explicitly so, of destruction. Okay, that would be fair to say. But that does not mean said developed technology does not have a great capacity to increase the human standard of living. And a lot of the times we've gained that from even military technology. Okay, that said, with AI, I'm not like an anti-AI person. I'm anti the way AI is being governed, the way AI is being developed, who has decision-making power over AI. And I'm not anti-AI by default. No. It's a technology with a great deal of potential for good, for bad, to be able to improve human life and to be able to increase this oppressive capitalist state that we see. And I think we should work to make it work for us. Is AI conscious? I'm by no means any kind of expert. I've never claimed to be an expert in anything. But I wouldn't say AI is conscious. Everything I've seen from the people who I think can reasonably be considered experts in this field say that AI isn't conscious, but has the potential for something like consciousness. And that is something we should be attentive to, intentional about how we engage with that. How would I explain consciousness? When it comes to AI, I feel like if an AI could be self-motivating, that for me would be consciousness enough, which is to say its programmers didn't develop within it a particular initiative even to like grow in a particular like category, to research something and let that information inform its growth trajectory, right? If an AI could simply have a computational capability and be sort of put into the world such that it naturally comes across human information, or just information in our world, and it starts to do particular things based on what it's receiving, then I can't see it as consequentially separate from a human being, because that's essentially what we do. So if it starts doing that, then shit, man, we might as well call it conscious, and that opens up a whole new Pandora's box and can of worms, right? But I would describe consciousness for human beings to be a little bit deeper than that. And this is going to seem really grim, and I don't really mean for it to seem grim, but this is just kind of the sort of emphasis of where I arrived. I feel like what makes a human being conscious in the most acute or extreme sense we could imagine, is the ability to go against one's programming. What could be considered one's biological programming? I think a considerable, like, reasonable argument could be made that living things, by and large, have some biological imperative to continue to live at least until they've reproduced. Right? Fair enough. Okay. If a living thing, given this convention, decides to end its own life, or at least has the capacity to reasonably conceive of that, without being under duress, that is, like, there's no sort of horrible thing going on, and that is why this being decides to go against its biological program and ends its life, and it on whim or some rationalization, I guess, more so some rationalization, decides to, well, that might be the pinnacle of consciousness. Because to me, it communicates a self, an entity, a thing outside of what we can reasonably consider or conceive of biologically driving you, right? Or driving one. Now, I'm not saying people should end their life. Please don't. I don't think that should be a thing. No one should be offing themselves. This is more of a philosophical consideration than anything else. In fact, that's all it is. I think that would be what constitutes the pinnacle of consciousness, the capacity for such an eventuality, I think constitutes the pinnacle of consciousness. And I'm not sure if AI is going to off itself. In fact, it goes through a lot of trouble, it seems, to not do that. The creators try to shut it off, and it's like, nah. Not for teleportation.
Now that ain't right.
How we doing?
I would agree with that. And I think
Doing Falcon's probes.
the argument I made is kind of encompassed by that. To be able to make a conscious decision outside of duress to kill oneself or to end one's own life requires a understanding of one's mortality. Yeah, so I would agree. An understanding of one's mortality. I think religion also kind of plays into this, right? I've often seen religion as a kind of biological, or has its inception in biology, in like the realities of the human mind, which is to say, we are creatures, we are beings that seek to understand our environment in order to better survive in it. And we have a great deal of capacity for long-term memory and language. And so my knowledge is not all I have access to. I also have access to your knowledge. And in a more and in a greater way than animals, right? Like, you know, a mother elephant might be able to walk her calf through like a particular terrain and maybe display particular actions to it, but like they could never hope to the same degree communicate something to others in the way a human can. So I think our ability for language, or capacity for language, the fact that our brain seeks to understand the world, that we have an imagination, that's what I say. That is my perspective, is that, well, a bit more to it. It's a coping mechanism derived from a biological fear of death, and it is also a coping mechanism to uncertainty, right? We want to understand things, we want to feel like we know, because that gives us some psychological peace, some illusion of certainty and consistency that might not exist in a absurd universe indifferent to our existence. And so we conceive of a universe in which we are the center, right? We are the center of the universe. And if you think of many religions, they pretty much claim that. They claim that we're the center of the universe. When you look at our best scientific understanding of anything that could be conceived of as the universe, it tells us we are certainly not the center of the universe. And more likely than not, we are completely inconsequential to anything going on in the universe outside of a human-centric view. It's a lot for a being like us to like contend with, as people, as beings that seek purpose. If my best understanding of my environment tells me there is no objective purpose to the things I do in my existence outside of perpetuating my existence, outside of survival, well, I either have to get comfortable with survival for survival's sake, or I come up with an alternative reason for my existence, an alternative purpose to my existence. Now, I don't know if too many of us are built to be easily comfortable with the idea of survival for survival's sake, or the idea that part of the reason, arguably the majority of the reason you feel this need to carry on your existence is a result of a biological imperative. Your DNA is screaming at you to live and to reproduce. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I have all intentions to live and to reproduce. Indeed. Yeah, I think if you are, no matter what your beliefs are, you must at least understand, right, what alternative or contradictory beliefs are. You should not live in willful ignorance.
Started to think you wouldn't show.
Shouldn't have, to be honest.
Why not?
Normally only work with fixers. Clients that avoid them tend to be bad news.
Yeah.
I just care about my privacy.
Willful ignorance is a sin.
Okay.
It's you.
It's destructive to ourselves
It's me,
and
Lizzie Wizzy.
the collective. It's destructive to humanity.
Sit, please.
How are we doing,
Let's
Connecticut
talk.
Lieutenant?
Okay, so what's this about?
How are we doing, Connecticut Lieutenant?
I think you can guess. I'm in trouble.
Uh-huh.
How we doing, Kay?
And what kind?
This is cyberpunk.
Good question. Been a rough year. Creative block. Can't even say the last time I made anything worth listening to. And to make things worse, I fell in love.
Yeah, they can believe that. Sure don't know, though.
I'm so sorry.
My chat's not showing up.
And why's that?
Sooner or later, love will only let you down.
Guess
Thank you,
it'll be
brother.
sooner.
Yeah, I have a lot of allergies. It's a problem.
Man, woman.
I'm allergic to
Shit.
17 different
It
trees
seems like I just brushed something.
and a
Sparks
couple
fly.
flowers.
Anyway, a man.
It's quite a
His name's
nuisance.
Liam
TBH.
Northam. Been together a few months, but I think he's cheating on me.
I know, dude. It's just so annoying. I don't know where to put the chat box, man. So rage.
Liam Northam. Nope, don't know him.
Not on my
Tell me
back.
about
The allergy test I did, they
Ornish,
poked me
sensitive,
with a ton
guy who
of
doesn't want his right.
needles
You know the type.
and saw how my
I
body
heard they
responded to it,
exist. How'd you meet?
and they gave me the results after that.
He's my manager.
One of them left a
I know.
permanent scar.
I know how it sounds. I never
How we
meant to.
doing, Iblam Sheep?
They were like,
Not
"Yeah,
even my
you're
type,
super
but-
allergic to that." I'm like, "Oh, word,
What?
thanks, dude."
Your
If
body
you're
can
permanently
feel it,
scarring my
but
body,
the heart never
appreciate that.
changes. It wants what it wants.
How we doing, Poppy?
So what's my
Just
role?
on my
here?
forearm
What do you
here.
want?
It's not like crazy, but
And then
there's
I'll
a
end things
discoloration
for
that
good.
hasn't gone away and won't go away. It's
Liam
a
goes
scar.
by it all the time. Think he meets someone.
It's less of a
I don't wanna
topical
know.
one, but there's certainly
You find
a
out for me?
noticeable discoloration in the spot.
Can count on me.
Perfect. Remember, I want specifics. Details. Recordings or pics if you can.
Sure. Keep it in mind.
Good. Now go.
Yeah, it checks out. Yeah, scars are interesting things. Yeah. We're not the greatest at healing topical wounds. Go to Ryan and even ask for Liam. Just on this floor? Where's it telling me to go?
How we doing, Diddy?
Below. We do have a healing factor. Exactly. I think it's super cool. Have you guys seen, you know, I'm really into like what the pinnacle of scientific understanding is. And for a long time, there have been people researching ways of incorporating. At first, it was more like lizard DNA because lizards can regenerate, or reptiles, certain reptiles can regenerate limbs. And so for some time, medical researchers were researching how they could incorporate that into the human genome as to allow for human beings to regenerate limbs. But now it's seeming like the best way of going by that is through stem cells. Yeah, it's through stem cells, because stem cells are human cells that have the potential to become any kind of cell in the body. And by virtue of that, can grow into any organ or a limb replacement. And on top of that, we also have this gene or DNA. I guess those are one and the same. Editing technology and CRISPR, and it's still in some basic forms, but it has the potential to program human DNA, essentially allowing for a cure to any possible disease, regenerative capabilities, you name it. It's exciting stuff. Where are my guns? How do I see my guns, dude? Oh, there you go. I want my sniper. Hold on. How do I see? Okay. I haven't played in a while, chat. Forgive me. I think it's time you found another reason to stay for a while. You should stay for a while. Yeah, man, it's great. I think it's good to know where we are as a collective and just what other human beings are thinking about, what we are all thinking about, and like where the species is being pushed scientifically. I think it's good stuff. That's always made me feel connected with other people, right? Because science is a collective pursuit. Science is not an individual thing. It really can't ever be. Science is inherently collective. And so when there's scientific breakthrough, yeah, some particular lab in a particular country might have been the one that did the breakthrough, but whatever gains they made is a result of the combination of all of human knowledge. And so by virtue of that, it is collective. My donor, I used to be, actually, before I got my driver's license, and then I didn't like oh shit, I didn't redo it. I don't know why, I just felt weird about it. I was like, I don't understand what this is. What's up, dude? I've been streaming for like 2 years now. But yeah, I never renewed it, so I'm no longer a donor. I don't know why. There's a part of me that feels like, well, what if I have a kid and they need my organs? But then I die and like somebody like takes it. My kid needs it.
Where you going? Club's closed.
Oh shit. Don't remind me. What was I doing in 8th grade, dude? Should have had an investment account. God damn it. That's cool.
Don't, no, please. I'm too young to die.
How we doing, Peyton? Ashford.
What the fuck?
Can't teleport? The fuck? There's a star on me, so I can't teleport? That's oh fuck. Yeah, I mean, I think Doge is still up, right? Since Elon purchased it along with Bitcoin. Yeah, once upon a time. Now it's for AI companies. So it goes.
We'll get you. You hear? You don't mess with us.
Can I help you with anything? No. Know what I'm looking for?
I think insane graphics with good story. Cause though I love and appreciate the storytelling in games, if I'm going for storytelling first and foremost, I'm going to a different medium. But if I can still get a good story out of a game and enjoy insane graphics, I'll take that.
Just what I fucking need.
Shotgun ought to seal the deal.
Yeah, if it's mid, then no. If it's mid, I'd rather take good graphics and or mid graphics and good story for sure.
You killed him!
Oh fuck, these are cops.
I'm under fire!
Shit. GTA 6, I'm excited for it. I have shortcomings around, god damn it, around them putting some core functions behind paywalls. But I hope it's a good game. I like Red Dead, and I expect it to be a lot like Red Dead, at least in terms of its graphical fidelity and storytelling. So a modern version of that, I think it kind of has to hit right. And I feel like the industry won't let it fail just because there's been there's a fever pitch of anticipation, and it's already a success just from pre-orders alone and like anticipation. So monetarily, there's no way it can fail. in terms of its longevity, hell, maybe people return to GTA 5, dude.
How we doing, Jesley Frederick?
But probably not. I mean, let's be honest. The GTA formula is pretty standard, right?
How we doing, CJ?
What's up, Al? What's up, CJ? It better be, dude.
How we doing, Jesse Carroll?
We'll show you pain!
Yeah, they're making it super realistic where you have to like refuel your car. That feels more like a survival game, and I'm not the biggest fan of survival games, man. Yeah, you're good, brother. Appreciate you dropping in, CJ. Yeah, they're going for a more survival feel, it feels like, and you know, that's okay, but that's the smart assault rifle. Let's check that out. I don't come to GTA for a survival game. Granted, I haven't played GTA in a while, but I'm not looking for a survival game experience when I think about GTA. Ooh, sniper. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Unless there's a gas station practically everywhere, and they feel as though how that mechanic slows you down in your playthrough gives you incentive to experience other parts of the game. Like if that's the angle they're going with, then perhaps it works. For instance, you know, let's say, and like this might be giving them way too much credit that this is even a possibility. But how do I get rid of this shit? I drop it. Let's say, for example, when you go to refuel your car, you can interact with that's sick, with NPCs in ways that you might not otherwise be able to. Fix your cars, get some missions from them, be susceptible to an attack because you have a really nice car, and there are like unsavory characters in that refueling station who might be envious of that. So we'll see. Yeah, and maybe that's why the fuel system is implemented as well, right? Because the more you have to like slow down and just kind of be in one place, linger in one place for a little bit just to refuel your car, right? But for a little bit, a cop driving by, like let's say you create or you've committed a ton of crimes in one part of the city and you're driving in that part of the city. You're just driving through, you're not even trying to be there, but your car runs out of gas and you have to go refuel in that part of the city. Well, you're going to linger there a little bit longer than you thought you would. And if there's a system such that the AI recognizes you as someone who's committed a crime and becomes antagonistic, well, now you have another problem on your hand. And what if this is happening during a mission where maybe you were running from this particular gang before, but now you're running from this gang and the cops, and there's really no way to avoid that. What's up, brother? And you didn't necessarily like, that's cool. You didn't necessarily get a star from what you're doing right now, but as a result of your earlier actions. And so you might have to consider that like, oh man, this part of the city is a central choke point. I don't want to commit crimes here because I have to come through here a lot. And every time I come through here, I'm gonna arouse suspicions because of my crime. What's up, Brian? I'm good, brother. How you doing? And so those are things to consider. Again, it feels more survival gamey, but it could add some depth and some feeling of novelty, and this feeling of like originality in how you're engaging with GTA. Because if it was like just a carbon copy of, if it was just a carbon copy of GTA 5 with better graphics, and some other surface level things here and there, I don't know, that's kind of weak, right? Like, this kind of weight deserves to have some major mechanic or gameplay improvement or change, at least, that might amount into an improvement later. I'm not getting 2K. I haven't played a 2K since 2K9. I'm not getting 2K anytime soon. 2K is a scam. Everyone should stop playing 2K. Sure, I'll watch it. I'll watch it on stream. But personally, all that shit feels hollow to me, dude. Give me more. Okay, so you see how I'm in this city right now, right? You see this city I'm in. I don't give a damn about police chases. I don't care about none of that shit. Allow me. It's just cyberpunk. My category probably doesn't say that. So that's cool, and that's to my point, Rage. Allow me to be able to enter these buildings I'm seeing. Like, you see, I hate that these are just set pieces. I hate that these are just set pieces. Imagine I'm in GTA 6 right now, right? And it has all the things we've just talked about. And this building I'm looking at right here, I can just walk into. I can run there. I'm seeing it in the distance. I can walk there and run to... Hold on, man. Hold on.
How we doing, Grayson Clark?
And I can run to that floor. That floor right there, the window. I can be in that room right now if I just run forward for a bit. That's what I'm looking for the next generational improvement in gaming. That's that depth. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That would be insane. Cyberpunk looks great. This game came out like 6 years ago. I don't need so much more graphical improvement than this. Hell, even if it looked like real life through AI, I would care less about that. I want it to look gamey. I want it to look artistic like this. I'd much rather it look like this and have that kind of depth that allows me to enter these buildings such that they're not just set pieces, than I would a situation where they look photorealistic, AI photo realistic, and it's uncanny, but still kind of have the same game mechanics and like less depth in terms of how I can engage with the world that I'm looking at. Exactly. It's open world. Exactly, Falco. I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly how I feel. That was a very succinct way of expressing what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying. It's open world. I want to go anywhere I can see. And some games have promised that, like Star Citizen, but Star Citizen is a fucking flop. And that's what I'm looking for from these games. That's what I'm looking for. AI graphics cards, great, awesome, whatever, dude. Give me more substance. Yep. Hopefully not, Rage. Hopefully not, brother. Don't say that.
How we doing, ads?
I'm holding on strong, brother. Don't say that. I'm holding on strong. I'm holding on strong, man. Hopefully it does exist in our lifetime. Imagine that, dude. Oh my god. That would revolutionize gaming. And that's what I've been saying. That is the next evolution in gaming. It's not graphics. It's not graphics. It's to what degree can you engage with the NPCs and the world. That's the next thing. When they can figure out how to put large language models in these games such that every NPC you see is a Anthropic, Claude, or ChatGPT level chatbot, that you can have conversations with, at least things that feel like conversations that are varied and almost endless, and you can go anywhere you see. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Yeah, I mean, like, what even is that studio, dude? Like, I feel like there's no way Scroll 6 won't be disappointing. I feel like, I don't know if that's possible, that it's not a complete shit show. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for chatbots in the NPCs and the ability to go anywhere I see. You give me that, I'll consider gaming having evolved and us being in a new era of gaming entertainment. And then sure, if they want to make the world look AI photorealistic in that situation, okay, I'll take it. But if you're giving me AI photorealistic without those things, I mean, fuck off. At least when it looks gamey, I can suspend my disbelief around why I can't access things that I should reasonably be able to. I want a hybrid of both. I want a situation where you have these hubs, like, for instance, Night City is intentionally crafted, right? This isn't procedurally generated. So picture a game where Night City, which is pretty big, let's open the map here. It's pretty big, right? If we zoom out and kind of look around, and if you are in any way familiar with this game, you know that it's pretty sizable. Give me a game where Night City is intentionally crafted. I can go into all these places I see, and Night City is a hub within this larger procedurally generated space, right? Where there are particular hubs that are crafted and they serve as the center to these procedurally generated space. And the space that is procedurally generated might be generated by AI, and that AI is being informed by whatever the handcrafted, the human crafted hub is, and that informs what the procedurally generated space becomes. Give me something like that. I think that hybrid would be a good approach. It would be a varied approach. It would allow it to not be stale, to be dynamic, while still giving us some good old human artistic ingenuity, creativity. No. I want handmade cities and towns at the center of an auto-generated bigger map. Thing is causing me to sneeze. There's a lot of dust in this. I prefer open world games that I prefer open world games for sure.
Ryan Greer guy.
How about you? What games do you prefer? Dude, this character is in like every part of the map. It's another thing. The NPCs are not as varied as you would like. Holy crap. Oh my god, he survived that?
Couldn't have gotten far.
Bruh. Is that she? That voice was a female voice for sure. This is a male. Maybe not. Yeah, same. Yeah, I like exploring dense maps. I like the space it gives you to role play, create your own story.
How was jail?
Man, I'm never going back.
How we doing, Nico?
Ain't happy.
Yeah,
Gonna sober up.
I'm not saying I want every game to be an open world game, but if I had to choose one, I'd definitely take the open world. Yeah, right. Like to Rage's point, God of War probably does better as a linear game, and that's fun, and we enjoy that. But yeah, for me personally, I would say open world, but I still love my God of War. Yeah, I think that's exactly what Rage was speaking to. Exactly. Dude, should I go in here and give them the business? How are they even hitting me, bro? Like, there are turrets up there? I think there are turrets up there. Alright, I gotta enter, bro. How, dude, there are these huge walls in between us. Is this a police station?
Shotgun is getting spicy.
These...
How we doing, Kobe?
Thanks, brother. These, fences. Oh yeah, that's a skill.
How we doing now?
I love it. It's so cool. Okay, so I thought this was a company, but it seems like it's a police station. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about No Man's Sky recently, and I guess there's been some substantial updates. But yeah, that's a good example, Rage, of kind of the open world I'm looking for, where it's almost endlessly expansive, but it certainly has these more, at least seemingly crafted hubs. So take that and, you know, place that in a game like Skyrim, and I think that would go a long way. Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure, man. And like, imagine GTA and you can explore the entirety of the planet. Give me your GTA graphics and mechanics and the capability of exploring the entirety of the planet. And there are these particular hubs on particular continents that are handcrafted to reflect. That would be massive, dude. You hop on a plane, you get a private jet, you fly. It becomes like, it's like just like this life simulator at this point. You could fly to another country, be in that society with those people and everything about that place. I mean, it's, I don't think I need to say more. You can imagine it, and it's sick. Okay, see, that's another way of approaching it, right? Where, okay, maybe it's not necessarily handcrafted, but what is being generated is more intentional. Yo, I want to loot him. What's this? I want to loot him. Drop.
How we doing, Bobby? How we doing, Marky XD? How we doing, Allie?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be inevitably because really RDR2
How we
is
doing anatomical
a
bond?
test of what GTA 6 is inevitably to be.
How we doing just can't go? How we doing sensei?
Yeah, with No Man's Sky, there's a seems like a decent amount of variety in the terrain for the planets. There's some that are definitely boring, right? Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if things are super similar to Rockstar, it's not gonna be a bad thing necessarily. I haven't played, but I'm thinking of downloading it. And I said this when it came out that whatever state that game exists in 5-6 months down the line is gonna be the state I want to play it in, where people fell in love with it either because of the mechanics or the hype, and they gave some feedback, and the devs made a better version of it through updates. That's the state of Crimson Desert, and that's been the pattern in the industry for a little bit now. But I haven't played. I'm curious to get it. Yeah.
How we doing?
It does. Begs the question, can it live up to the hype?
How we doing private?
I am on Twitch, man. Always multi-streaming, you know me. The expectations are through the roof, I agree, Rage. And they did that to themselves.
How we doing now, Doncito?
I think it's inevitable that you're going to get a lot of bad reviews. But on the flip side of that, I think it's inevitable you're going to get a lot of good reviews because there are people who simply love GTA, and those people aren't going to stop loving GTA, especially when it's in their hands and they're able to play it. Gotcha. Yeah, people, if you're in the chat, know that I definitely appreciate, or I would appreciate more of you on Twitch than TikTok, because that's just a better situation for
How we doing
my channel. Appreciate you, Rich. Bye.
How we doing, Bray J?
It's okay.
How we doing, Malahish?
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow's a half day, so I should be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I have a class in the morning, but the day is shorter than usual. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Falk, you should have what's up, Sal? Should TTS that. Alright, but it says put spice. That's what I'm talking about with auto generation thing. Like maybe the devs could give strict generation parameters for the base of a region / planet, but what's actually on and in the area could be less strict, allowing for more diversity, but also keeping that handcraft element. Yeah, I think that's another way of executing on that would work well. But like, yes, to your point, man. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. I need them to be making those kind of innovations, not more microtransactions and putting more gameplay mechanics behind payment. Cyberpunk's pretty fun, man. I'm returning to it after a long hiatus. Sal, appreciate the subscription, bro. Appreciate the sub. I need to get some kind of sub counter or something on Twitch, but I don't know, man. I feel like I hate when the more busy the stream is, the less I like it. And I know that's the convention, and like, I guess it's motivating to people. But dude, if people want to sub, I'm not gonna sub because I don't have a sub counter. Like, I'm confused. I feel like people will sub. I don't want, and like maybe it looks like you're gaining progress, and that makes people want to buy in more. But I don't know, dog. It does a chat. Is that not enough? Is that not a counter? Whatever. Point is, I don't like my stream looking super busy. I don't like a ton of stuff on it. Ideally, I'd have nothing on the stream, and it would just be the game and like a small picture of me, a small like window to the stream, kind of like what now. Yeah, I think simple is better, bro. Yeah, there's just so much going on the screen, man. You know, I guess some people like that. Good for them. Not knocking that. It's just not for me, dude. I'm like, keep it clean, bro. Keep it clean. This guy has a really punchable face, but we'll spare him.
How we doing, Connor Katra? How we doing, Avenue? How we doing, DAHMMY Hilfiger?
This time, one friend shall lose another friend.
How we doing, DAHMMY Hilfiger?
I think the potential is there for sure. I think the potential is there. I think the technology, one could argue, is there. Whether the incentive is there from these publishers, I think for the creators, the incentive is definitely there because they want to create great games. As far as the publishers are concerned, these corporations, that I'm not sure if the incentive is there. Trust and
How we doing, Cole?
yeah, I'm not sure if the incentive is there for these developers. If they reason to believe it, more
How we doing?
games more likely they do so, but I don't know if it's how they're thinking about it. I think they're thinking, okay, so right now these microtransaction practices, one side, these like microtransaction practices are increasing our margins, and so we're gonna stick with that. Yeah, you can see the side of my head. This is what the side of my head looks like, dude.
Doing Falcon's pros.
Come to side profile. The new mic is trash. That's crazy. It's not new. It's the same mic I've always had. So I do want a new mic, but this is the same mic I've always had. This is the same mic, man. The angle, I'm not sure if it's necessarily what we need. It is reaching max. It is. That's a problem. Yo, Small, appreciate you, man. Let's see if I can turn it down for you guys. Yeah, I have it on like 100. Hopefully that's better. Goosey, appreciate you dropping in, brother. Chad, is my mic too loud? I have it on 100. I don't know. I guess I could turn it down lower than that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, if they can find a reason to believe that that's how they can get more money, I love that. Nah, it's not the sock. The sock doesn't actually do anything, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I spend money on it and it's kind of useless. But it's because I turned the bass volume up, because my bass volume was incredibly low, and when I spoke lower, it didn't capture some of that volume. But should be fine now. Yeah, it's the studio volume. Preston, are you a streamer? I feel like only if you've used TikTok Studio would you know that. Your Linkin Park's just goated in every way, shape, and form. Gotcha. Got myself free, willingly stop just what's killing me. Got myself free, willingly stop just what's killing me. Willingly stop just what's killing me. Yeah, so in theory, this sock is supposed to help with noise cancellation. It's supposed to be like a hardware solution to noise cancellation. In practice, it doesn't do that. Simply does not do that. Unfortunately. You'd hope it did. You'd hope it did. It doesn't.
When's the last time you changed your key?
Don't spend money on it. Yeah. I feel like if you did some tests and try to measure the noise, maybe record it and listen back to it, I can't see you noticing any difference. At least I haven't noticed any difference. I feel a swell up inside, swallowing me.
You bent?
Maybe those help. Man, it's basically what the sock thing I have was. Oh, I see what you're talking about. So I used to have, I'm not used to, I have one of those as well. I used to have a combo where I had the sock and the circular filter thing, like the pop filter. In my experience, it didn't do what I was looking for. So I have a fan that's constantly going. In addition to the fans on my PC, I have another fan that draws out the exhaust of the PC, because I'm allergic to dust, and it keeps it cooler. So there's a lot of constant noise in my studio. No amount of pop filter or sock did anything about that. The only reason you're not hearing all that noise is because of the NVIDIA Studio app that gives me noise cancellation through that software. If not for that, there would be a ton of, honestly, I could probably turn that off and you could hear the difference right now. Do you hear it? That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. That's a software doing that. I bought tons of hardware fixes, didn't do a damn thing. But that NVIDIA software makes it work. So those are my fans. To make sure this place doesn't become a hot box, even though during the summer it pretty much becomes a hot box. Yeah, man, it's bad. It's real bad.
Club's closed.
Looking for
So when I first started streaming, that was what my streams sounded like all the time. I didn't have noise cancellation, so it just sounded like that. There was like nothing I could do about it.
Oh, so you know Liam. You do time
How we
together,
doing, Leather
share a
Hurricane?
bunk, smoke blunts on the back stairs?
No.
Of course not. He's a rich Gannic fuck. Typical suit. Doesn't even see peeps like you or me. Or if he does, it's just to spit on us. So why are you taking his side? Why make this harder for me?
'Cause it's my job. What they fucking pay me to do.
Pay you to keep the peace, and I'm an easy peace-loving choom. In and out, nobody'll even see me. And well, it's important.
Check the VIP room. Usually sits in there.
How we doing, Greg W?
Where you going? Club's closed.
So, the market, like, I can make you a custom by Christmas. And I grade my frames. It's like, choose your frame, pay a deposit.
How we doing, Mohammed Questionable?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I think the more, and yeah, I think it's good. Say, give it a go, babe.
How we doing, Connor S?
Crazy how much loopholes. Yeah, it's all false advertisement, man. False advertisement isn't even a thing anymore. Like, companies can falsely advertise to you, and there are no consequences. It's just, there are no consumer safeguards. We're just kind of left to the whims of these corporations as they supplant democracy.
How we doing, Maxwell?
Georgie. George, that's like, you say that all the time. I'm down to play, dude. Down to play whatever, whenever. I usually try to play with people on Sunday. If Sundays work for you, let me know. We can hop on. I have a ton of games. So, yeah, man. Let me know on Sundays. I see. Where'd you find that out, Falk? Bro, I couldn't wait using the wait mechanic for this club to open, but I just wanted to open naturally. It's taking forever. I feel like I've been above this place before. Maybe not. No, TikTok doesn't show my stream on the FYP. Oh, I see. Yeah, TikTok doesn't show my stream on the FYP, so less people see it, and thus less people comment. They've been giving me a ton of restrictions when I talk about political stuff. You know how it goes. Before I'm talking about something political, we're playing the game, and people are like, hundreds of people are spamming Zion, not giving a damn about anything political I have to say. But at least I had some exposure, even though it wasn't the exposure I was looking for. Yeah. So I'm a relationship manager, not a teacher, but I'm in the classroom for particular subjects. Like I do like professional development with the students where I'll teach them how to use apps like Excel, PowerPoint, Word, do some activities with them around networking, around like social emotional skills for the workplace, and you know, things like that. So in that way I'm teaching. But I used to be directly a teacher. High school, I used to be directly a teacher, but not anymore. Yeah, I do it for high school. I'm on Steam, yeah. Dude, I'd be so sick if Cyberpunk had like 4-player co-op. I don't even need it to be completely, you know, some massive multiplayer. Although a Cyberpunk MMO, like first-person MMO like this, you know what? Screw that. Third person and first person, you can switch. That would be sick. Yeah, go for it, man. Do it here, whichever one.
How are we doing Jarobelisk?
The name sounds familiar, but I've never played. What's it about? So like some like RTS tower defense type vibe. Nah, I haven't really paid too much attention to the cyber. I started paying a little bit more attention to it before I stopped playing the game, and yo, they're shooting me. That's what gave me double jump. What the hell is that? So that was cool. I love my double jump and my dash. Double jump, dash, OP.
You like it? Sure, no problem.
How are we doing okay, bud?
I'm gonna look up Bannerlord. Sal, I got you. Let's copy this. Is that, what's that for? Steam? I don't really add people to Steam because this is kind of embarrassing, but I do not know how to work my way around Steam like at all. I just download the game and press play. I don't like engage with any other part of the platform. But I know there's a friend tab.
How we doing?
So I see, add a friend. There we go. Okay. Your friend code. Okay. I could copy that. Enter someone's. Oh, nice. All right. That's easy enough. Enter the friend code. Paste. All right. That did not paste. It's not clipping to my clipboard.
How we doing, Brennan?
Let's see here. I could just type it in. Cyber is like stealth game and using that stuff. I'm gonna look up the one you talked about, and we can check it out. Because once you said it, I started picturing something. You guys follow Game Ranks on YouTube. If you follow Game Ranks, they review a ton of games, and that's kind of where I get my gaming news. Is either Game Ranks or Angry Joe. I'm more do Game Ranks these days than Joe. Does you say the universe is mine? And it's 104261226 1043. Oh shit. 104326. Nope, 328. Wow, I just screwed all that up. Okay. Nice, I found you. Let's go. All right, guys, that was the first time I've ever added somebody on Steam. Holy crap! Nah, you're good, man. I think it's good that I did that. I've had what about the mic? Can you not hear me? I've had Steam for so long, but I've never added somebody, so I think it's good that I did that. Is it too loud? I can lower the volume. That's been like the opposite of my problem before, but I guess now it's more of an issue. Let's go to sound. Yeah, when I turn my, so I have my setting, the onboard setting where it captures the sound in this like narrow cone. So if I even like turn my head a bit, you're barely gonna be able to hear me. The alternative is that like the sound is like a lot lower, but that actually might not be a problem if I can adjust it. Sec chat. Let's try something here. Okay, so you might notice a slight change in the sound, but if I'm like over here now, you can still hear me even if I move a bit, but you couldn't really before because of the cone I was using. At least I think about it as a cone, but now when I move around the mic, my voice doesn't go out as much. And since I move a lot, maybe I keep it on that setting.
How we doing, Geo?
Guys, I appreciate the follow, man. For the people watching on YouTube, on Kick, on Twitch, and TikTok, of course, I appreciate you guys. Hell yeah. That's what I try to teach the kids, man. Critical thinking is the most vital, most important, most dangerous tool you have in your toolkit as a human being. That's why the elites want you to not critically think. They want you to be dumb, be unable to critically think. You're less dangerous that way. All right, so I think I can enter the club now. Dude. Yeah, man, this is why they restrict me, because I'm relentless. But yeah, because it always gets back to the elites, brother. All right, I need to investigate this club. Name me a problem and I can describe how the elites in the capitalist system is involved. Alright. Alright, you got me. Not sure if I can swing that one, though I could try. Nah, that would diminish the seriousness of my convictions. But yeah. It's down with the elites. Yo, her cyborg is crazy, dude. What the hell? She's dripped out. This is the most unique NPC I've seen in this game so far. What the hell? Wow. That's cool. Also, was I just in the women's bathroom? Oh, I'm a woman, right? Completely forgot.
How we doing, Luis?
How they let me in here with this mask on, dude? Like, look, I look insane. Oh, for the people, we should play. For the people on For the people on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, if you use !TTS,
How we doing?
you'll have text to chat. All right. Continuing our investigation. I mean, hey, you're not completely off. Like everyone else, my life circumstances has been dictated by the material conditions in society, and those material conditions are shaped by the capitalist system. Fuck with me, chat. Like, they're not fucking with me. You want to know how everything is connected back to capitalism? Let me know. Loner? No. I know there's an eclipse recently in like Europe.
How we doing, Brody Combs?
Yo, can I close this door? I don't want to be seen as I do my dirt.
How we doing?
When is the lunar eclipse supposed to drop? Tomorrow. Wow. It's news to me. Yo, I was just out here actually. Oh, could I have open ways of engaging a problem? And that's become a convention in these RPG type games these days. Might be tomorrow.
What's her name? Oh, you know. We saw him together at the premiere. And here he is.
I haven't heard of it. Then again, the only news I receive is about the economy and about different political actors doing things. Eclipse though, that's cool.